Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Byron Scott. Activists rally in Annapolis calling on lawmakers to pass workers' rights legislation. Library and higher education workers are pushing for action on two bills. House Bill 65 would allow public library workers to unionize. The other measure would give collective bargaining rights to faculty and graduate student workers in the University of Maryland system. Both bills passed the House but are awaiting action in the Senate Finance Committee.
When I say constitutional rights, I'm not just talking about the Constitution of Maryland, but the Constitution of the United States, which has a First Amendment clause that says that people can come together and address their grievances. That's really what collective bargaining is. It's about coming together and addressing the issues that you have in the workplace.
Workers should have a right and a say in what they do every day. I mean, they're spending more time at the workplace than they are with their own families. They're working the jobs, they're putting in the labor, the time, the effort, the sweat and the tears. Why wouldn't they have a say in how they're working and what their work conditions look like?
There are 2 weeks left in this year's legislative session. Well, lending a helping hand, that's the impetus behind a county program aimed at creating more affordable housing. County officials today announced a faith-based development initiative. Under the program, churches that own property in the county can get assistance in using that land to build affordable housing. The county, along with the private sector, is working with 7 houses of worship with that initiative.
The goal of FBDI is to work with houses of worship that own undeveloped or underdeveloped land and help them make informed decisions about development. Willing participants will be connected to critical development, legal, and capital resources. And participants will be working with an experienced, knowledgeable organization and enterprise. Their focus is on increasing housing supply, advancing racial equity, and building resilience and upward mobility.
The county and private sector awarded $525,000 to that initiative. Well, an elderly woman is caught in crossfire as 2 unidentified gunmen shoot at each other. It happened on the 600 block of Drum Street in Capitol Heights around 9 o'clock last night. The woman was rushed to the hospital with critical injuries but was later pronounced dead. If you have any information on that shooting, you're asked to call police at 301-420-2444. Well, a Riverdale Park police officer will not face charges in connection with the fatal shooting last year. The incident happened on September 19th. As you may recall, Officer Chad Sunday shot and killed 75-year-old Brian Kupal after he pointed a gun at officers. Officers had responded to the home of the victim for a report of a suicidal man who had access to firearms. The Attorney General's office investigated the shooting, and after reviewing the case, State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy decided against prosecuting the officer. Well, a bill before County Council will give Prince George's restaurants financial support if they choose to offer healthier foods. Vice Chair Waller-Blagay is sponsoring the voluntary measure, which would assist businesses that apply and offer foods deemed healthy by a registered dietitian. Support will be offered by promotions, grants, loans, and other initiatives. Blagay says the county currently has too many fast food options, which can lead to chronic illnesses such as diabetes and heart disease. Well, the Prince George's County Council has voted to limit where self-storage facilities can go. The sites have been popping up in commercially zoned areas, much to the chagrin of residents who don't want them in their community. The legislation, which passed unanimously, limits future storage facilities to industrial areas. The law comes months after compromise and discussion that led to the grandfathering of those facilities already in the works. Some of those will include incubator space on the ground floor to be made available rent-free to nonprofits or startup businesses. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott. More news in just a bit. Stay tuned.
I said I'd never join.
Then I wouldn't get to work on one of these.
Never knew how strong I was.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown.
Or be the one who stops an attack.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
Welcome back. The Prince George's Police Department is seeking help in finding Shakira Metz. She was last seen yesterday at approximately 5:00 p.m. on the 1300 block of Southview Drive in Oxon Hill. Metz is 35 years old, 5 feet 6 inches tall, 187 pounds, and was wearing a light blue shirt and pink camouflage pants. If you have any information on her whereabouts, call police at 301-749-4901. Well, family and friends are saying goodbye this week to the late Carol Brewington, a native of Washington, D.C. Brewington passed on March 16th. She's finally remembered here at CTV for her years of volunteer service. She had degrees from the University of Maryland and Howard University. She authored 2 books and several screenplays, but found time to volunteer at CTV. She was a Volunteer of the Year in 2005 and was loved by staff and visitors alike. Funeral services are scheduled for Friday at Fort Lincoln Cemetery in Brentwood. Well, the Hydesville Gentlemen's Club, where 3 people were shot yesterday, has been shut down. The club, named Area Code, has been closed by the county's Department of Permitting, Inspections, and Enforcement. DPI officials also say the club did not have valid permits to operate in the county. 28-year-old Alex Lynch of Landover was working as a security guard at the business when he was shot outside. Police say the other 2 victims who were also shot, a man and a woman, they were customers of the club. Police say they're looking for 2 suspects who fired several rounds from outside the club.
Now we're working through the investigation. We can't say as of now if this was a targeted shooting, homicide. We can't say that at this point in time, but our detectives are working through that information right now.
A $25,000 reward is being offered to anyone who has information leading to an arrest and an indictment. Well, the federal prosecutor who took down former Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh, 2 state lawmakers, and others has been demoted. Leo Wise was chief of the Public Corruption and Fraud Unit at the Maryland U.S. Attorney's Office. According to the Baltimore Sun, the 46-year-old was removed from that position on March 21st, but remains as a line prosecutor in that unit. The U.S. Attorney Eric Barron, reportedly butted heads with Wise in recent months over staffing decisions in the Marilyn Mosby case. Mosby, the former Baltimore state attorney, was indicted on federal perjury charges and for allegedly making false mortgage applications. She's accused Wise of mounting a racist and politically motivated investigation. Well, the reward for Maryland fugitive Roy McGrath has been increased. The U.S. Marshals Service and FBI are now offering a $20,000 reward to find McGrath, the ex-chief of staff to former Governor Larry Hogan. McGrath has been missing since he was a no-show with his federal fraud trial on March 13th. He faces charges of failure to appear, fraud, theft in funds, and falsifying records. And still to come on CTV News tonight, Simon Buggs with your Wednesday sports page. Stay with us.
Hey there, sports fans. I'm here in College Park for the Terps NFL Pro Day. I have more details on the exciting event coming up next. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Calling all photographers, the Maryland Department of Natural Resources is now accepting entries for its 20th annual photo contest. These photos are among the nearly 2,500 entries submitted by photographers last year. Officials say it doesn't matter if you're a novice or professional. Everyone is encouraged to enter for the chance to win cash, park passes, calendars, and other great prizes.
Grand prize is the big one. It has $500 in cash, and then you get park passes for a year, and that's to any Maryland park throughout the year. And then you'll get our calendar, which is where the photos are printed, and you'll get a subscription to our magazine. So then from there, well, I'll first say that 3 winners are selected for each season. So that would be 12 winners in total, and there's 1 grand prize winner from all of that.
And the deadline to enter is August 1st. For more information, visit dnr.maryland.gov.
The University of Maryland held their NFL Pro Day today. 31 of the 32 NFL teams came out to College Park to watch the prospects. Scouts from all over the NFL have come to watch these players showcase their speed, strength, and athleticism. From the 40-yard dash to footwork drills, these players are here to prove that they belong in the league.
And when you watch what some of these guys have been able to do over their time, their course of their time here at Maryland, these guys have really good tape. I mean, you see us go from a team winning 3-4 games to winning 7-8 games, and a lot because of the guys that you saw out here performing today.
It's just a dream come true, man. Just to be able to go out there with my brothers again and just put everything that we work for, to go to the combine. It just shows that, you know, Maryland brings in a lot of talent, and, you know, like, we put the guys out there to do what we got to do. So it's just really fun to go out here and do what we love.
I'm just enjoying the process, to be honest. Like, I'm just enjoying it. Like, all the visits, seeing all the teams talking to scouts. Like, it's cool. It's real good.
Of course, you're excited. You know, all your hard work, things you put in throughout your lifetime. You know, growing up, your years throughout college, high school, stuff like that. You know, your dreams are coming true. You really just got to keep working, really. That's really the only thing that you got to worry about, is just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing to succeed and make it to the next step.
From College Park, I'm Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
It's now time for your pet of the week.
We have Luther. He's a 2-year-old chocolate lab. He is a very sweet boy. With treats, will sit on command. We think he's about 2 years old. He did come in as a stray. He's a big baby. He doesn't realize his size, so he is full of energy. He is a big boy. He actually weighs about 90 pounds. With the right training and the right person willing to put their time and energy into him, he is a very good boy. He just has a lot of puppy energy still left in him. So he is a neutered male. Right now, through April 30th, all of our adoptions are sponsored. So if you live in PG County, it's just the $10 for the licensing fee. And if you're out of county, it's completely free to adopt.
And if you'd like to adopt Luther or any other pet, please call the number on your screen. A look now at our weather forecast for the next 3 days. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 35. Thursday, sunny with a high near 53. Friday, partly sunny and warm with a high near 68. And Saturday, windy with showers expected. Daytime temps reaching a high of 75 degrees. And that's our news for tonight. I'm Byron Scott. Good night.
I know my gun should be stored locked and unloaded. But what good is a gun if it's not prepared for use? So instead, I'm prepared for misuse. I'm prepared to stop arterial bleeding in 3 minutes. Less for kids, they bleed out faster. My son just shot himself. Hurry. Access to firearms triples your risk of death by suicide. But that's not the only way to misuse a gun.
I think I heard Mama.
Misuse can happen when you least expect. So being prepared means knowing the difference between CPR for adults and kids. Unintentional shootings happen every day.
There's been another deadly shooting in a local elementary.
So that sense of safety my guns bring me
The gun he acquired from the family member's home.
can shatter in an instant.
The developing story will bring you more updates as they happen.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.